Hello, so today, well not just today but for the coming number of days, we are going to be making this area here, where you can see where the shovel is, into a bin store area. It was already a bin store area, you can see the excess bins there, but it only had gravel on the floor and it was a bit uneven and very difficult to get the bins in and out without a solid surface on the ground. So we're going to dig up, where you can see the line, we're already starting to dig up the grass in the bin store area, and we're going to add more paving stones, just connecting up to the existing ones, going all the way to the edge there. Then we're going to build a fence, an extra fence to sort of fence it all off, coming down to about here. The only issue we're going to have with it is obviously the old paving stones and new paving stones are not going to match perfectly, but the client's well aware of that and they're happy with that. They don't really care how it looks so much, they're more just into the fact that they're very difficult to get the bins in and out at the minute, so they want it a bit easier. So anyway, I'll be doing a daily video and you can see the progress and what each stage entails. But today we are removing the earth along this line. We're going to go down to about 10 centimetres. Then we're going to line it with a bit of gravel, bit of hardcore, just to give it a base, and then it'll be a sand and cement dry mix over the top of that, and then the new paving stones over the top of that. So hopefully you'll see each stage as we go. Alright, thanks. So this is the second part of the video. So as you can see, we have done a lot of digging. Our backs are now officially broken and we need a chiropractor. But apart from that, we're doing well. Found loads of random cables underneath the floor, as well as old steel water pipe work. God knows what it's all for, but we've been very careful not to damage it obviously, and we'll keep maintaining it underneath. So this half is almost pretty much leveled off, well not leveled off, sorry, but dug out to almost the right level. I'm just still digging out this half, so this is today's job, digging out the rest of it. As you can see, we've already started putting fence posts in. We're going to have a matching height to that fence on the side there. Just two panels coming across, just so you can see like level with the door there, just to sort of section off the bin area, make it like a separate garden space. So when you're actually sat in the garden, you're not looking at the actual bins, you know, it looks a bit prettier. We're going to paint all these fences. They've been partially done already in like a grey colour, but they'll all be done the same colour by the time we're finished. For the fence posts, we dig quite deep. We dig about a third of the height of the post down into the ground, so very deep. Fill it with postcrete, which is a special concrete you use for posts. And that is literally about 70 centimetres down into the ground, well over 70 centimetres. So now that one's done, and this one is about to be done. We've dug the hole. I'll show you how deep the hole is if you can see from that. You probably can't even see, but it's very deep. We haven't concreted that one yet. Anyway, that's the second stage. Right then, so it is all dug out and it has been compacted down, apart from this little corner where I just started putting some loose stuff in. So we are miles away from being at the right level. It's all wibbly wobbly from one end to the other. So the next job, we've got this pile of dirt that we've saved intentionally, is to put loads of loose stuff in like that, and then we're going to be compacting it down again. And we're going to be, well, you see how the spirit levels across from one side to the other. We're aiming for the same depth from one side to the other all the way across. So this is the next step, is leveling the base up to be the right level for when we put the sand and cement and the stones in. Okay, so the ground has been semi-leveled off, almost level, and compacted a couple of times now. Now we're just raking in some gravel. This obviously has just been raked in. It's dropped in piles at that end. We've just started raking it at that end. So this all needs to be raked out nice and even and flat and totally level. Once that's done, then we are ready for sand and cement to start going in. Hello, so we now have the gravel down, reasonably level, not perfectly level, but we'll get the rest of it with the sand and cement. The next stage is we're doing the fence panels. So you probably can't tell but by looking on the video, but there is a nice slope from one side to the other. So we've done the posts perfectly level, so they're actually bang level, but the ground isn't. So we couldn't just put a fence panel straight on the ground because the ground's not level, you know. So we've cut, we've marked, we've measured the slope, and you can see this sort of kickboard is bigger like higher one end than it is the other. So the top of this kickboard is now perfectly level. So the fence panel will sit on top of the kickboard, and then that'll be level, and the post level, and everything's hunky-dory, you know, it's all good. The only other slight issue is the fence panels we've got, these ones, they're 183 centimetres high, which is standard height for fence panels, but the ones that are here, they're an unusual height. They're a bit lower, they're like 160. So they kind of got they've got the standard height ones there, and then they've got the lower ones along all the way along the back. So what we want to do, we don't really want to do high panels. It would look a bit weird having sort of high panels here for the bin store. So we're going to cut the panels down in height so that they match this back fence. We just think it'll look a lot better having a high fence on the side, and everything else is the low level fence. It looks, well, it will just look a lot better. So the current process is cutting down panels. So we're just marking it up and cutting them down to the right size. Then we'll have to rebuild. Well, you can see the framework there. We'll have to rebuild some of this framework where it's been cut, and then it'll be simple from there, just fitting them. Anyway, I'll do you another video when it's finished so you can have a look. Alright, cheers. Yeah, so I probably should have taken another video somewhere in the middle of the last one and this one, but completely forgotten. Trying to get busy, get the work done. So what we've done is, this material here is a mixture of sand and cement straight over the top of the gravel that you'd have seen in the previous clip. It's about 4 parts building sand to 1 part cement. Cement just mixed up, dry, no water. You just mix it up and shove it in and try and level it up. Well, we've been leveling it up as we go, because we've got the difficult situation where the original paving stones are miles away from being level. So we're trying to get ours as level as we can while still maintaining the height and everything of the original ones, and the gaps between the stones. So we're kind of matching up big, huge gaps and then smaller gaps, and you know, it's a bit wibbly wobbly trying to keep it in line with the original stones there. You may also notice they are a different colour. Our delightful building company who do our deliveries for us said they were sending natural stone paving stones. These natural stone, probably not in my opinion, there's a bit of grey to them. The original ones are what I would class as natural stone. You can see a bit better there where they're a bit cleaner. However, checked with the client, they really don't care. They just don't care. It was more a case of they wanted to get it done and get it done quick and get it done well, so that they can put the bins back on there and not have them scattered all around the garden. So it would have been a real faff to send them back and then get new ones delivered, and it would have delayed everything. And like the client themselves said, that once these have been walked on 50 times, they're going to look pretty much the same colour anyway. It's only they're looking quite bright because they're brand new. And you can already see they're starting to change colour with us walking on it, even while we're fitting in them. So anyway, so we're not too worried about the colour, but that's down to that's the client's choice, not my choice. I'm not a dodgy builder who do 2 different coloured stones by choice. Okay, so that's where we're at. So the next bit is, well, this all needs raking out a bit more, the sand and cement on the sides, and then it's going to be the cuts. So all the last row there is going to need to be cut to size. All the full paving stones, and it's just these last ones need cutting. A bit of a faffy L-shaped cut around the post there. And that's where we're at. I'll do another video once the rest of it's in. Hello, so this is the final video. Not quite finished with the weatherproofing yet. Still need a bit more, another coat on everything, but the actual fence and everything else is, well, pretty much done, apart from just, like I said, one more coat. So this is what we was aiming for, bin the storage. I think there is more bins to go in there anyway yet. I don't know where they are, but that's down to the client to figure out. Okay, there you go, thank you.